have a question. The general fall in the quality of political leadership, the general decline, also has affected the general fall in the performance, output, and of engineers also. So you are a person who has stood up to all the pressures and finished so many projects very competently. What's your take on this? What's your mantra in handling political leadership? I know there will be a lot of pressures on a person like you. What's your advice for the engineering community here?
Establish a reputation for proper delivery on time. If you have that reputation, politicians will interfere, no doubt. But you can stand up to them. You can stand up to them. You can, but in a diplomatic way. When we started Delhi Metro, as I was the managing director, we started the whole organization, there was such a lot of pressure on many matters. Even award of tenders, recruitment, appointment, so much of pressure. I never budged an inch from normal principle that has been laid down. You must have a system laid down. Don't go on changing the system to suit people. Once you do it, nothing can happen. The very first major contract in Delhi Metro, I'm talking of 1978, the first major contract when it was awarded, that was objected to by the Minister of Urban Development. He didn't like it. He wanted me to cancel the contract and withdraw the letter of acceptance issued, withdraw it, and then consider some other contractor for that. He sent for me, talked to me. I said, this cannot be done. He said, then he threatened action against me. He said, we'll take disciplinary action against you for not carrying. I said, yes, you are free to take disciplinary action. If you are able to stand up for such pressure only when you have no involvement, nothing to come, get out of it. If you are bothered about your transfer, if you are bothered about your promotion, if you are bothered about your posting, then you will succumb to all these things. Many of the engineers behave in this fashion only because they don't want a transfer from the place. Or they are afraid they will not get a promotion. Why are you bothered about it? In my profession, all my young engineers who come to me for training, I give them one mantra. Be very indifferent to three P's. Three P's. Promotions, postings, places. Be very indifferent. No, nothing can happen. Nobody can interfere with you. Do you know, in my first 15 years of service in Indian Railways, I had 25 transfers. 25 transfers in 15 years. I never bothered about it. And railway, the transfers are all cross-country transfers. All India service. I had to lug around with my children, my family, go, but I never protested. You should not bother about this matter in profession. You should be committed to the profession.
ആരോഗ്യത്തിന്റെ ഷാർപ്നെസിന്റെ ഹെൽത്ത് ഞങ്ങളോട് പങ്കുചേരാൻ ആ മന്ത്രം ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് പറഞ്ഞു തരിക.
I don't mind because that will be good for many of my colleagues here. It's very simple. There are only three principles involved to have good health. One is proper sleep, very important. Adequate proper sleep at the correct time. What happens these days, there are so much of distraction, TV, serials, so many things, wedding reception, wedding invitation. I don't bother about this. I will have my sleep, 7.5 hours sleep at any cost. And very early. I go to bed very early. By 9:15, I am in my bed. I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Most of my thinking, working is done early in the morning only. All my planning. Sleep is very important. The other is food habits. Very moderate, nourishing. You see, we are all educated people. We know what is good for the body. Have that type of food in moderate quantities. Overeating is more dangerous than starving. You must have occasional starving, not a fast. I won't say starving, fast. You must have occasional fast. Food is another thing, very important thing for controlling your health. And the third thing is exercise. This is one thing normally engineers neglect. They think that they are exercising too much in their own normal work itself. That's not enough. You must set about at least half an hour for exercise. This could be either brisk walking, jogging, it can be yoga, and coupled with pranayama. I practice all these things, to tell you very frankly. At least half a day. Normally my routine is half a day yoga in the morning, half a day walking along with my wife in the evening. Because she also must have exercise. If I am only helping and she is not helping, that's not proper. I take her also with me for work. Exercise is very important. Okay. Normally we neglect this part of it.
And your sharpness?
And
your sharpness?
Sharpness is this breathing exercises, meditation, and in fact when I was coming here, Sandeep Krishnan was asking me about my profession, what other interests you have. He asked me, is he every day?
Yes.
He asked me. I said, my only interest is spirituality afterwards, nothing else.
Okay.
Spirituality means what? This everybody should answer. What is spirituality? The spirituality is nothing but making your mind pure. Purity of the mind is spirituality. Whether it is Christian religion, Mohammedan religion or Hindu religion, this is the essence of spirituality. If you have a pure heart, pure mind, that itself is enough. Ayurveda says that a positive, pure mind is very essential for good health.
Okay, last one question from Jimmy George, who was applied for a question yesterday itself.
Kochi Metro. Why not think of giving a roof with the solar panels to its entire rail length and stations? Advantages: a roof, a shade, less load for cooling or air conditioning, help reduce maintenance like painting to the coaches. A part solar heat getting absorbed will serve its part in cooling the surroundings. There will not be a branch of tree over the rail to hide the sun. Uninterrupted solar rays and add loads of green power. No need of battery to store the energy, so the cost will be reduced.
We are fully aware of the advantage of solar energy, and we have made provision for this in all our stations, in all our structures in the depot. This provision has been kept. Anytime it can be added on, anytime. And we have a plan for this. Viaduct is not possible because we are not covering the viaduct. The cost of covering the viaduct itself will be so expensive. All stations, all the structures in the depot, we have made provision for solar panels to be fitted up. Our idea is all the normal requirement of current in the station we should be able to get from the solar panels. May not be traction, but for running the train may not be, but all lighting, ventilation, air conditioning, all that we should be able to get from the stations. In fact, if you see Delhi Metro, they have gone ahead very much in this matter. Our stations were fully self-sufficient. They don't require any power except for traction. Otherwise, it's all from solar energy. The same thing will be done in Kochi Metro also.
With this, we conclude our interactive session.
Bahadur Andy and other colleagues. At the outset, let me clarify that I am here instead of Dr. Babu T. Jose, as he could not attend this function due to certain personal issues. In fact, he is the brain behind this award. This year, the selected teacher is Mrs. Dr. Lillikutti Jacob of NIT Calicut. From the Chief Guest, Honorable Dr. Sreedharan.
Today's recipient, Nikhil Babu, final year student, outgoing student of NIT Calicut, hails from a middle class family. His parents, I am told, are working in the Kerala State Electricity Board. Did his matriculation from MSP Government High School, scoring 98% marks. 2 years later, again from MSP Higher Secondary School, he passed out +2, scored 98%. NIT Calicut, he did better. At the end of the 7th semester, will you believe it, 9.67 CGPA score. Repeat. 9.67, so near to a perfect 10, as they say in gymnastics. I congratulate Nikhil Babu on behalf of Nitcaa Kochi and on my own behalf. And I'm sure we'll be able to hear much more about him in later life. I wish him well. Thank you.
Now, Dr. E Sreedharan will present the Professor P.M. Jisai Gold Medal to the best outgoing student of NIT Calicut, Nitcaa Babu N, 8th semester Electrical and Electronics Engineering.
In fact, I am indeed very happy today to introduce a young distinguished engineer from Kerala who has topped the Indian Engineering Service Examination 2015. It is Mr. Ijaz M. Yusuf. I understand he has secured the highest ever score of 801 out of 1200 in this examination. He is right now employed there in GAIL, and he has been able to make his mark in GAIL in participating in many of the prestigious projects of GAIL with the financial outlay of 600 crores and all that. So once again, may I take this opportunity to invite Mr. Ijaz Yusuf to come forward and receive the prize from the legendary Dr. E Sreedharan.
Sri Sadanandan, our member, has worked as an engineer in Cochin shipyard while Dr. Sreedharan was the chairman of the organization. Mr. Sadanandan will present a memento to our chief guest as a token of our gratitude. Now I invite Dr. Abraham T. Matthew, Dean, NIT Calicut, to felicitate the gathering.
Our NIT is one among the 18 selected by the Department of Science and Technology, and the NIT is listed. You can see the action plan document available on the website. And